Hi, I'm Sam here at Rick Jones Pianos with a Cristofori console that was built in around 2010 in China. This is a continental style console, about 43 inches tall, and it has this really beautiful polished red mahogany finish, which has been taken care of quite well by its previous owner. As I recall, this is a piano we received on trade from a customer who took advantage of their lifetime 100% trade-up guarantee, and anyone who purchases a piano can take advantage of that opportunity so long as you make sure to have it in tune twice a year and kept in moderate stable humidity. With us, whatever the instrument sales price of whatever piano you purchase, that is the exact trade-in value if you want to return to us in the future, and whatever these customers paid for this piano however many years ago, they got that in trade toward the next piano from us, which, if I remember correctly, was a Kauai Baby Grand. So, and that's oftentimes at the recommendation of a teacher. I think that was their case too. They were advancing in their ability playing the piano, getting better by practicing more, and the pianos at school were noticeably better than what they were playing at home, and it was at the teacher's recommendation that they upgrade to a Baby Grand piano, which would be an upgrade from any upright piano. And you can take advantage of that. This piano obviously got them started on the right foot and got them being able to practice and improve their skills at first, and then when they were ready, they took advantage of their lifetime trade-up, and all they had to do was pay the difference in price between the first piano and the second piano. You can do that too with this piano or any other piano in our inventory. And we often get families coming in here selecting a piano specifically because their teachers know that we have this trade-in policy, and they want their students to start on something more modest but well built, and then as to get better, upgrade to something nicer. I will say that it's quite a lovely piano to play in itself. In addition to being a beautiful piece of furniture, I mentioned the mahogany finish. It has a continental style case. You might call this like an apartment size piano. It's a very slim profile with no toe blocks in the front. The weight of the piano is on the back end of it anyway. So if you are living in a small living space and floor spaces at quite a premium, this is exactly the type of piano that was made for that type of small living space. Very compact design, very modern and contemporary too. Very just clean, elegant, straight lines, nothing it's not an ornamental finish. It's a very sort of almost Scandinavian style finish. Quite elegant, I think. And one of my favorite things is this extra long music desk. I wish more upright pianos would have this, but you only tend to see it on more recently made ones. This music desk is a little flap of wood that it folds down from the front of the fall board here, the key cover. And on upright pianos, very often it's shorter for some reason, and there's not very much sheet music that you can fit on the piano, on the music desk. Plus there's only usually 2 hinges. This one is quite a bit longer, and it has 3 hinges, so it will support the spines of especially heavy books of sheet music right in the middle, without buckling as much. And, well, if you have a whole bunch of pieces of paper of sheet music that you want to lay out all at once so you don't have to turn pages, you'll be quite thankful for this being as long as it is. So it's something I always like to point out on these upright pianos that have them. And again, I wish more uprights had them, but they don't. And if that's something you appreciate, I think you'll be quite happy with this. Plus this front part here, since this is a very compact case, and the fall board key cover doesn't fold back as far as it would on a bigger upright, they very thoughtfully included this hinge design to make this fold down so your music lays flat more easily. So quite thoughtful there. I like it. Also useful for apartments is the middle pedal practice mute, which this piano has. You press it down, move it over to the left, it holds itself in place for you, and you can, whenever you want, practice very quietly at any time of day if you don't want to disturb your neighbors, and especially at night if you don't want to wake up anyone who's living with you. It puts a strip of felt between the hammers and the strings so that the hammers don't strike the strings directly, they strike them indirectly. So very important thing to have in an apartment or row house. And it also comes with its original matching bench. I should say that in interest of fair warning or full disclosure, it is a very compact piano. The keyboard is also relatively low. I'm not awfully tall, and my knees hit the underside of it, definitely more so than they would on most other uprights we have in here, so if you are a tall person, I'm afraid this may not be the best fit for you, but oftentimes these are exactly the type of pianos that will be purchased by parents for their younger children who are learning how to play piano. I think they'll fit quite nicely at this piano, especially if they're still short. And with that in mind, it does have its original matching duet bench that has a nice height, so they'll be able to get the right height and leverage when playing the keys, even if they're relatively short. It's a good condition too. It's nice when a original matching bench arrives with the piano in good condition. That means the previous owner didn't abuse the piano. Usually benches are more worn than the piano, and this one has very little wear. So this will be included with the piano. As I mentioned, it is a lovely piano to play. Oftentimes, little less expensive console pianos are a bit limited, in my opinion, in their musical capabilities. I thought this had a remarkably wide musical range, from soft to loud, and a very smooth and responsive touch. I'll rate the tone, kind of forgot to think about it. Depending on how you play it, it could be bright or mellow. It has that wide range. I'll put it right in the middle at a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10, from mellow to bright. And the touch, I think it would be fair to say it's just a little bit on the firm side. I mean, it feels fast when you want it to, but I can also feel some resistance in the keys too. 5.5, but we rounded up to a 6, just a slightly firm touch. Enough to help a student develop strength in their fingers, especially if they have to play a more massive feeling grand piano at a piano lesson in the studio. The last thing you want to be as a student is taken aback at how hard your teacher's piano feels. Definitely being used to a piano that's even just a little firm, in my opinion, is a good way to prevent that rude awakening and be better prepared for your piano lesson. So 5 and 6 for tone and touch. Please stop by, try this out for yourself. I think you'll be quite impressed with it. If you can't make it, you can always give us a phone call or send us an email, but otherwise we do hope to see you here.